cousin steals my wedding. My fiance 35 male, and I, 28 female, got engaged recently after dating for 4 years. I have always dreamed of getting married, and have been actively planning my wedding since I was 10 years old. I've had it all picked out for years down to the table decorations, and mountaintop venue. Of course I have been talking to my female cousins about my plans for years, even added them to my Pinterest page as we have always been very close. We set the date for next November, and I called around and announced it to my family, and everyone said they were very excited about it. A few weeks later I get a call from my cousin, saying that she and her boyfriend who have been dating for about 6 months have gotten engaged. I, of course despite my reservations, tell her how excited I was for this, and she starts asking me questions about my wedding with a weird tone to her voice. And makes a point to get the exact date for my wedding, and asked several times the date to confirm it even though I had already told her. A few days later she posts her wedding board to Facebook stating that this was the plan, and for everyone to get ready for the wedding of the century. And this woman has literally copied my entire wedding down to the color scheme, venue, and unique cabin rental after party idea. The plan was to rent a set of 10 cabins on a compound in the mountains since the venue is out of the way, and a decent drive for everyone involved. This way no one had to worry about getting a hotel to still come to the wedding, they could just pick a cabin and stay. This woman even had the audacity to set the date to the weekend before mine. When I called her about this she told me that it was the week before, so it wasn't even close to the same, and this way I could view it as a dry run. And then had the nerve to suggest that she should just use my decorations I've bought and been making, because that way we lug it all up there for you as a favor to me. When I told her I was upset about all of this, she accused me of not being happy for her, and said that I was way better at planning stuff than her, so why did I want her wedding to be ugly? Finally I told her that I would be way too busy getting ready for my wedding day to be attending hers, and told her to count me out. Most of my family was okay with me not going since I was getting married the next week, but due to financial hardships with the corona, I've lost my job and have a chronic health condition, and cannot be without health insurance, so we've had to do a quickie wedding next Wednesday BTW. I have allowed this cousin to come to the wedding despite not really wanting to invite her, but now everyone is mad that I am still refusing to attend her wedding next year. I don't want to attend my dream wedding I am not going to get to have. I don't know man, I'm really upset and don't know if I'm just being a jerk or not at this point. Bride's brother and future sister-in-law want to share her wedding day. Am I the a-hole for not wanting to share my wedding day with my brother? My 27 female fiancé, 28 male, and I have been dating for about 6 years now, and he proposed last year. We started planning a wedding almost immediately because we want to start our family soon. We're both stable in our jobs, we've found a house and are working on a down payment, etc. Basically, we didn't see a reason to wait. So the date has been set for late September, and the venue will be able to support our large number of guests, around 200. My brother, 25M, and his fiancée, 24F, recently got engaged and have also started wedding planning. My future sister-in-law, I'll just say future sister-in-law, reached out and asked if she could talk to me about wedding planning, thinking she wanted help choosing colors or something. I agreed. She basically asked me if I could get married in the afternoon, and she could get married an hour or two later and then we share the reception. She pitched the idea as a great way to become sisters, and that she knows how close my brother and I are and that this would mean the world to him. In reality, I know that they aren't financially well off, and she wants the fancy wedding without the fancy wedding price tag. They are both grad students, and I assume that she's a little jealous of the elaborate wedding that I have planned. I've been saving for this day for a long time. I didn't really know what to say, but managed to get out. But that's mine and fiancé's wedding. We planned it for us and want it to be about us. She then exploded on me in anger and tears and said that I didn't understand how hurtful it was to see the amazing wedding I'm planning and know that she couldn't have something like that. She called me a selfish bee and heartless. I told her I waited to get married, so that I could afford the wedding I wanted. And she told me that she wants to get married before she's old and dried up like some people. Then I started crying and ran off to go home. I got a call from my brother later. He stated that, while he was on board with sharing the wedding day, he's upset with FSIL about how she approached it. He asked me to please reconsider, and that they would help pay for the extra guests, meaning her friends and family who I don't know. I was still hurting from her comments, and told him that I didn't want to share my wedding day, and I wasn't even sure if I wanted FSIL there for my wedding day. My brother quickly said goodbye and hung up. I haven't heard from him or FSIL in a few days. Am I being selfish for wanting that day for fiancé and me? I feel bad that they don't have the funds right now. But I was in grad school at their age, and couldn't afford to get married either, so I waited because I wanted a huge celebration to share with our family and friends. Entitled Bride and Groom and Their Fake Wedding Demands. This happened to a friend of mine several years ago. They received an invitation to a union of hearts, that is a made-up ceremony with no civil or religious meaning whatsoever. At first I could not believe their story until they forwarded me the email, and it was much worse than they had implied. The bride and groom were, or still are, clowns, puppeteers of some kind. Following, I shit you not, a word-per-word translation of the email my friend got as an invite. Dear all, continuing with the announcement we made, we invite you to our union of hearts. It is a total, absolute and essential condition to come in costume. Because, of course, it will be a costume party. In case you didn't know, we are not too demanding. Dress as you can, but do it. It is also a requirement of the house that each of the guests bring something to eat, sweet or savory. Snacks are forbidden, and drink. Confirm by email what you will bring. To start assembling the cardiac or diabetic groups, vegetarians also participate. As for drinks, drinkers bring their own full flasks. Those who don't drink alcohol, please think about the rest of the guests. Important, as we are a modern couple, we already have everything we need in our colorful house. Nevertheless, there are still things to do, so we invite you not to incur expenses. But, as we know you are very generous, we have arranged a donation piggy bank, which will be very large and visible, obstructing the exit and shooting laser beams at anyone who escapes, so that they can leave their voluntary contribution there. The union will take place on, insert date and time, and address. If you want to know how to get there, ask the GPS, a map or an information booth in your neighborhood. Please, confirm attendance by replying to this email. Oh, and since you put up with so much written word, find in the attachment a small gift for you. Attached picture of bride and groom in their clown costumes. We await your complicity in this union of two happy and loving hearts that met to continue making their way. Double quote. So basically, we're not getting married, but we want a party. Dress up. Bring your own drinks and food. Don't be cheap nor selfish. Also, give us money. Here's the address, but please don't ask us for directions. In return, here's a picture of us dressed as clowns. No please or thank you. My friend of course respectfully declined the invitation. The end.